fearsome and just a little bit furry, our very own Queen Kong, it's Sally Lindsay! And looking a little bit better than when I turned up earlier this morning, it's me, Andrew McLean. Now, let's have a look at who's in our loose lounge today. Joining us is the movie maestro and mastermind behind the music video thriller and horror classic An American Werewolf in London. That's director John Landis! And alongside him is a lady familiar with grisly goings-on after she spent a fair part of her Emmerdale screen time hiding her husband's decomposing body. That's Amanda Donohoe! So, John, I don't even think I need to ask you. You must be a big Halloween fan.
Of course.
What's your favourite part of Halloween?
Well, it was trick-or-treating, which we do in the States, go to house and get candy, but now, as an adult, they look at you funny.
And what about you, Amanda? Do you like getting the willies put up you at Halloween?
I beg your pardon. It is half-term, you know, darling.
Are you a fan? Do you like Halloween?
Not me personally, but my boyfriend is a huge fan of the film.
Ah, OK. Really? Now, I hear the two of you have a wee bit of a connection that we are going to be having a chat about a little bit later on. But for now, is John Landis and Amanda Donohoe. If you would like to ask John or Amanda a question, or if you've got a spooky picture you think could scare us this Halloween, go to our website, email us at loose.women@itv.com, post on our Facebook page, or tweet us using the hashtag #loosewomen. It's the same addresses if you want to have your say on any of today's debates. Make sure you get in touch by 1:05 p.m. today. That's Monday, the 31st of October. And us loose ladies aren't the only one getting in the mood for Halloween. A host of celebrities partied on this weekend, competing for the most shocking Halloween outfit. We think the winner must be supermodel Heidi Klum, who arrived at a party on an autopsy table dressed in layers of flesh. Look at that! It's disgusting. I'll take a lot of wipes to get that off. So, she's certainly gone to a lot of effort. But do we find it fun to embrace the horror of Halloween? Do you like it, Dens?
Do I like it?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking if I went in that, because I always just fall asleep in my makeup, I'd end up looking like that in the morning.
I've seen you the morning after.
I know,
you
exactly,
do it like that.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I kind of do. I just think that it's become so Americanised now because, I mean, we didn't used to do trick-or-treating. All we used to do, and I just want to ask my mum this as well, I keep forgetting to, when it was Halloween, she used to give me this turnip and it used to spend the whole day scooping out the turnip. The first time I did a pumpkin, you went, whoosh, why didn't she just give me a pumpkin?
Upper body strength.
Just upper body strength is ridiculous. So, I mean, I just remember putting a little candle in the turnip and going out and about. And now it's become so Americanised. But I did spend one Halloween in America, and it is absolutely fantastic out there for those who haven't. There's just pumpkin fields all over, and we were lucky enough to go to this amazing house party. But it did seem to be more about the grown-ups than it is about the kids. Colleen and I went to one last night. I think we've got a photo of before we dressed up. There we are, yeah. And it's our really good friends.
Well, who's who?
Nick and Paul. That's Colleen on the right there. Look, no, that's not on the middle.
Oh, that's you in the middle.
No, somebody said, I didn't know Carol was coming when we had that one in. No, our friends Nick and Paul do have a fabulous one at this Hellfire Club, and so they really, really go to town. I just do lastminute.com and just put, you know, the purple wig on, but I've got to go home tonight to go trick-or-treating.
Yay!
In the village.
See, that's nothing less than junior extortion, is it? Isn't it?
They only get sweets.
Honestly, look, getting kids to knock on people's doors and threaten them with something unless they give them some sweets. I think that's teaching them to extort things out of grown-ups.
They just say trick or treat.
It's a terrible example.
I bet some kids can't wait to go out with Auntie Carol trick-or-treating.
Well, you know, I don't know why it's become so huge here. It has, isn't it? And it seems to be more about the grown-ups. There's competitive grown-ups, you know, spending months and months and months trying to get the best costume for these really big parties. I'm not really that into it. I was invited to a few parties, but I couldn't
you
go.
wouldn't let Mark go to them?
Yeah, OK, he did want to go, but... No, he thought he wanted to go, because one of them that we were invited to was, like, a big celebrity one, and, you know, he wouldn't have liked it. I told him he wouldn't have liked it. So I went out to Essex Fashion Week with my niece, and he stayed in all day, so he didn't get to go anywhere. But I just remember at school, it was nothing really. It was just like, oh, it's Halloween, and, you know, you'd sometimes, like, get to see a broomstick lying around somewhere, and then you used to put your head in a bucket of water and get an apple out. Or did I imagine that?
No.
Is that not Guy Fawkes? Was that Halloween?
I just think it's
Halloween, isn't
I
it?
think it's quite sad that people are saying, oh, it's gone all American, as if it's a bad thing. I think it's a really good thing, because I grew up abroad, and so we really embraced the whole Halloween thing. So to me, it was perfectly normal for kids to, you know, get dressed up and go... And you did just say, trick or treat, and go like that and get a sweetie, you know. Or you had to do a little...
Yeah, but if you don't get a treat, there's a trick,
No,
right?
no, it was the other way around.
What?
No, it was the other way around. You had to do a trick and get a treat, but the trick was you would sing a little song or do a little card trick or tell a joke. That was what it was. It was you did a little trick that way, and you got a sweetie.
I thought they asked for sweets, and if you didn't, they put fireworks through your letterbox.
That's the British take on it, which is really sad. No, we've done our pumpkins. We did them yesterday.
You see, I love it. I love embracing this horror thing. I mean, camp horror for me. I love camp horror, like Hammer House of Horror. I watched one last night, and you always know what's going to happen. It's always rubbish, but I absolutely love it. I love all horror films, not the slasher ones. I think they're ridiculous, and they make me a bit nervous. But I do like, and I think for kids it's brilliant. I mean, I love the London dungeons and anything like that, or any dungeons anyway. Sorry, they're all over the place now.
There are other.
I loved your ball. Denise had a ball, and I just was really rubbish had a ball lastminute.com, and I just put ears on me and went as that as a very sort of large cat, and we sat down at the table, and I scare really easily, and she'd got like these actors and under the table, and they grabbed hold of my foot. Well, you should have seen me, wine everywhere. Ah! And then I told her it was Ali King, and I remember telling her. I was about to tell her, and Steve said, "Don't tell her, you'll ruin it." I went, "I'd tell Ali will go through the roof," because I know, you know, it was brilliant. There was one time we went to this. There's an experience in London. It's not the London, it's another one, where they're really, really scary. They're hands-on, and they're this far from you. And I was absolutely petrified, and I was there with my stepdaughter and her little mate, and they were about 8 or 9 at the time, and I'm going, "It's all right, girls, they're just actors like Sally, they're just actors." And I swear to God, I was nearly crying.
Well, have you been to that Passage to Terror in Blackpool?
Oh, I think it was something a bit like that. Oh, it was awful.
If you know it's a scary thing, you kind of know you're going to be a bit scared, don't
I know,
you?
but this is
No,
really
they didn't.
Surprised.
They didn't
understand.
advertise it like. I just thought it'd be like a few actors, like, you know, telling you about
Just
the
don't
London
go in
Plague.
there.
And oh, but honestly, Carol, it was just an. I know, I'll never go in there again.
I would never go in there.
Do you like scary films or anything like that? Because obviously you don't like Halloween. Do you like scary films?
I don't particularly want to scare myself. I do that every morning when I look in the mirror. No, I don't want to be scared. I don't want those images. And some horror films are truly horrific. You know, they're quite disturbing. And I choose not to scare myself stupid. So I'm not very good at that.
Not even as a teenager.
No, when I was a teenager, yeah, to go babysitting on my own in this big giant house, and then turn all the lights off and watch. What was it called?
Halloween.
No.
Tales of the Unexpected.
Scared myself stupid. I'm really scared. Well, put the lights on then. I was a teenager then. You're mad, aren't you?
Well, obviously, because it's Halloween, and, you know, being scared is what it's all about, we thought we'd give our ladies a little surprise. Well, let's say a little test in terror. We hid a scary ghoul out of sight in our girls in the meeting room this morning to see how they would react to a little unexpected boo.
Do you get scared at Halloween?
For Lena,
Do I get scared at Halloween?
I nearly pooed myself.
and when I went back to my dressing room, I was looking behind in the wardrobe and everything. It really, I don't like you for doing that. It's dead tight. Oh.
That's more about being made to jump rather than... I mean, you know, Patrick, poor Patrick,
Yeah.
was in that bin for a good 10 minutes.
No, he was more
Because I
scared
was
than-
talking so much and he wasn't cute to come out. Poor thing was sweating and shaking. He was scared, more scared than me.
Well, actually, you say that, but, you know, because you said you don't scare that easy, let's take a little look at you in slow motion.
I was annoyed, I'm glad.
Right, it's just time for you to grab a witchy boo and make sure that you're back in 3 for more from us loose ladies. We'll see you in 3.